Well, I'm glad you brought up fans, Ralph, because, one of the reasons I want to talk to you today is because we're doing this particular episode during the block that we're doing, Restarting the Clock. It has to do with the first round of the playoffs and legendary upsets, right?
Oh.
Now, who could I talk to better than you? And when you talk about fans, you broke a lot of fans' hearts that day, man, at 86 at the Forum. I was there. It was a shock beyond shocks. I don't think I'd ever experienced at that point in my career as shocking an ending to a game, a playoff series, and a season for a team that you dealt the Lakers. So could we relive that a little bit? I know you've done it a million times, but this is what the episode's about. So it's the 86 Western Conference Finals. It's Houston against the Lakers. Lakers had won the first of the games. You guys had won the next four or next three, right? Next three, right. So, which was, pretty shocking to begin with. And the Lakers coming off the 85 championship, top seed, you were number 2 seed. So I don't remember how it all came about, but all of a sudden there's a timeout, or what happened? There was less than a second left. And
I'll go back. So we had just come off a very grueling series against Denver. In Denver, me and Akeem had fouled out, and our bench won the game for us, basically. Craig Elo, Rambo Waiters, Jim Peterson, Rodney McCray, Robert Reed, Lewis Lloyd, Mitchell Wiggins, all those guys had really won that game for us. And we were wore out. We were tired, and we had 48 hours basically to regroup to play the mighty Los Angeles Lakers at home, and they had been resting for a number of days, right? So we got our tail beat, the first game, and I think they thought we was going to back down, right? We thought we would, kind of just give in because we were young bucks on the block, and we were just getting ready to take that ride to the top. And so we regrouped. We had a meeting. I remember it like it was yesterday. We had a meeting, a team, and said, it's okay. We had to go to practice. Let's regroup. Let's everybody get some rest, and we'll come back and we'll make it happen. So we ended up winning the next 3 games. And as I tell Mr. Michael Cooper sometimes, the Magic, when I see them or talk to him, if that shot didn't go in, we were gonna beat you anyway. We were going back home. We would have won anyway back in Houston the next game because they were tired too. So that game was a grueling game. I actually watched it. During the pandemic, it was on. On ESPN or NBA TV. So I watched it again a little bit and started to see the fights over the bench when Akeem and Kupchak got into it, and just the whole flow of the game. And then he gets kicked out the game, and then we get down to the wire. But as Rodney McCray says, it wasn't the shot; it was his pass. So he passed the ball out of bounds on the sideline in front of the Lakers bench. They put no one in front of him. So maybe you have a defender in front of the guy that's passing the ball. They had no one in front of him, and Kareem played me behind so I could get the ball. He maybe should have fronted me, but he didn't do that. So I was able to get the ball and the direct pass from Rodney, and then sometimes how you practice crazy shots. You always want a game-winning shot as a kid, et cetera. So I knew where the basket was, and so I just tried to get something because we only had like 0.9 seconds or some crazy, not enough time left on the clock. So we had to get something off quickly. And I got a great bounce, and luckily it went in. But we were a tired team. They could have taken us down if they were motivated, but I think they thought we wasn't ready to take over the reins of the Western Conference at that point in time.
Yeah. Now, do you actually call that a shot, Ralph? Seriously, I mean, you just flicked the ball, basically.
Well, you can call it a flick, you can call it a shot.
That was crazy.
The problem is did I follow through or not? I don't know. So
that was crazy.
One of those shots that you dream about.
Yeah.
And playing against the world champions on their home court, and then seeing Michael Cooper lay on the floor, that was one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah, right. I mean, it didn't just bounce once; it bounced 4 times, as I remember, and it was very reminiscent because as I was watching Kawhi Leonard's shot last year against Philly in the playoffs, you might have had a little inkling of a memory there. The same thing of just kind of watching that thing in slow motion just finally go in.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, those shots, during the game, they go forever, right? But it's always it's real time, but it's always slow motion. Bounces here, bounces there, and everybody like at the edge of their seat. Yeah. And then when it goes in, either you cheering or you in like, man, we lost. So it's one of the best shots. You know, it's like a football pass, right? You get a long touchdown pass. The ball's in the air so freaking long that you don't know if the guy's going to catch it or not, and all of a sudden somebody jumps up and catches it or intercepts it. Becomes a great memory.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to do. Quite honestly, I didn't know what happened. I ran on the court. I saw you guys celebrating. See Michael Cooper laying there, like like he's dead with his hands over his head. The fans, every single fan in the Forum was just dumbfounded, and you guys are headed to the NBA Finals. You're whooping it up, and it was, what a feeling that must have been. And then all of a sudden, you're in the finals against the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, you go from one champion to another. I mean, back in those days, the Celtics and the Lakers were, the kings of the NBA. But I mean, we were very fortunate to win that game. But we had a powerhouse team. I mean, Craig Elo, imagine, was our 12th man on our team.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, you had some guys on that team. I mean, I just ran down the roster. I mean, you, Akeem, Mitchell Wiggins, Robert Reed, McCray, Jim Peterson. You even had Granville Waiters on that team. One of my favorite players ever.
Yeah.